Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nanda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Unmute.
Yes. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Vandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam. So we welcome all of you to this Parashakti Akashic readings program, where all of you will be learning so much about Devi Parashakti, who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and what are the Shakti, so much more about Devi Parashakti. And
And if you are here, it is not by accident. You are a conscious miracle. You
if you are here, it is not an accident, it is an incident. You are a conscious miracle of existence. You are here for a reason. And we welcome all of you to this sacred spiritual experience, your digital experience of the divine. And this may be what you think as your first time in the presence of a divine cosmic being. But this is not the first time this energy has graced planet Earth. If you are watching this now, it is not a coincidence. This is a cosmic intervention in your life to make you manifest whatever you want. Over here, you in this program, you will also be learning about how you can manifest what you want, how you can manifest the life you want. And all of you might be thinking, how is this possible? How has this worked? You can experience these answers through the powerful cognitions as referenced from the ancient texts of Hinduism, which is revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
So let us
And
understand, who is Devi Parashakti, the divine cosmic mother? Devi is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness, the cosmic mother. She is a source Shakti. It is her cosmic womb, Brahmanda Yoni, from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in. Source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Parashakti is the main deity of the sacred feminine and the divine consort of Bhagavan Paramashiva, who is the primordial divinity of Hinduism. And in the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, first and foremost, relationship is mother. Ability to learn, even idea to relate, starts with mother. Understand your idea to relate, your ability to relate starts with the mother. Mother is too important way to connect with what you think as life. In the Vedic tradition, our rishis were aware your ability to connect with the mother should be directed to the cosmos. It should inspire, it should awaken your higher consciousness. It should inspire your higher consciousness to express through you. It should awaken your higher consciousness. Connecting with life as mother is the most sweetest, most beautiful, most easiest form to ever connect. Today, out of his extreme compassion and love, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself and gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, and delivering profound spiritual truth, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. So let us understand, what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan? What is Samadhi? Sama is oneness, and Adi means source. So Samadhi means one with the source. Bhava means attitude or aspect. Bhava Samadhi means being one with the source through this aspect. Darshan means to have a glimpse of. In the Vedic tradition, it is used to describe the moment we behold a saint or an enlightened being, as just seeing such a being can cleanse the karmas of lifetimes and create a deep, lasting transfer. Darshan is the powerful, superconscious vibration that is present around an avatar at all times. He simply radiates darshan just as the sun continuously radiates light. The auspicious moment when the receiver is able to catch it becomes the moment of darshan, raising you to the next level of superconscious breakthrough. It's like hitting the reset button on your being. And let us understand the science behind Bhava Samadhi Darshan. First thing we need to know is that divine cosmic beings are real. They manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened time-space zone, through deities and incarnations. Divine cosmic beings manifest through the Achavataras, the deities in temples, and through the Bhava Samadhi Darshans in the Nijavataras, the incarnations. The Bhava Samadhi Darshan is the science of the Nijavatara manifesting Paramashiva, the consciousness. It is where formless, the being of Paramashiva, expresses through the Divya Sharira, the light body, and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form, the embodied form for us to experience Paramashiva. And for example, Devi Parashakti expresses through the being of Rajarajeshwari and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of Devi Meenakshi. And the Acchavatara, the deity, reflects the consciousness and manifestation, the being of the superconscious energy. But human beings are not mature enough to receive the higher level experiences from the Acchavatara directly. The avatar, the physical embodied form, comes down to bridge the gap and creates experience of superconscious energy in all of us. Bhava Samadhi Darshan awakens your Kundalini Shakti, which is the latent potential energy in every human being. The influx of superconscious energy visibly slows down the aging process and improves immunity to disease. During darshan, the whole brain becomes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energy that heals, empowers, and transforms our lives. During the Bhavasmadhi darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. The mirror neurons activate and process all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing. That is, the entire body can silently and without moving receive what is happening elsewhere through a process of direct observation, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. Let us understand what are Akashic readings. The Akashic readings are not predictions. They are readings from the cosmic archive beyond space. Creation and destruction happen simultaneously. In the dimension of time starts the past, present, and future. Because Akashic records are stored in the Akasha, the space dimension, there is no past, present, and future. That is why what you call as happening, yet to happen, are all clearly already recorded. Let us understand who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, macrocosmic ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities as a lifestyle for humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvajnapeetham, the Tornamandali Adinam. The incumbent emperor of Suryavamshi Surangi Samrajam is the present 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kailasa the Shamala Pita Sarvajnapeetham, is the present Mahamandaleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akada, the largest apex monastic order. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Atalakada, is the present 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Dharma Mukti Vargapura Adinam, and has been elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 plus Hindu leaders. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revered as the teacher of Hinduism, the most prolific, most viewed, most read, and watched, has authored over 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil, Sanskrit, and has translated that into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has over 20 million books, copies of books and articles sold, read, and downloaded, and over 10,000 hours of discourses delivered. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has enriched and enriched 1 billion lives digitally, and is respected as the commentator of all sacred scriptures, such as the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Brahma Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gita, Jain Sutras, and many more. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is a leader of Hinduism, the most awarded internationally recognized Hindu leader, is the reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including Rudrakanyas, Rudras, Rishis, Rishikas, Bhairavas, Bhairavis, and Sannyas, and is the establisher of the largest Hindu university, Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University, with satellite campuses in over 150 countries. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the establisher of 1,000 plus Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems, and is a founder and reviver of over 100 Sadhvatyapitas. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the collector of the largest Hindu library, with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. So now we've understood who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let us enter into the extraordinary demonstration of Shakti, the powers of Paramashiva. And we will witness today the Gurukul Balasans and the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism demonstrating these extraordinary Shaktis.
A look, a word, a touch. Power of initiation. Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through look, word, or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarvasamapi dikshanam muktihi phalamakhanditam avirodhat bhavantyeva prasangyastu bhuktayaha. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi diksha vihinasya na siddhihi na cha sadgatihi tasmat sarva prayatnena guruna dikshito bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, Biddi, Bengaluru. Contact 97422 03311 82774 90091. Visit www.nithyananda.org. A look, oh.
Let us now enter into the demonstration of experiment. Demonstration of experiment that all of you are going to be witnessing. The powers, 460 powers, being demonstrated and manifested lightly and strongly. So, before we begin, let us understand what are in the Vedas. Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 460 external factors. And Paramashiva reveals just to function that you are the divine and that you need to manifest the divine. You can manifest the divine. First, it is conscious that you are a man and that you need to be. And let us see the fundamental difference in Shakti and Shakti are the powers of manifest from deep feeling connected and oneness to the divine and high intensity to the and Shakti are the pure and Siddhis are the powers to manifest and suppress our strength for Siddhis are the past Shakti are the powers to manifest to ordinary human beings make extraordinary ways. Just as in the case of that and Shakti are permanent, whereas Siddhis are not permanent in the diversity of and Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in the ultimate reality and power that Swayam Prakasha also hidden and seen in real time. This God and Father as the fundamental base of Vyakta and manifest and Vyakta Paramashiva responds to consciousness as five cosmic acts creation, city, causing duration, Mara, accumulation, Prabhava, kingdom, and Anjaha, liberating based on the as all this learned about Supreme Court is 2008 incarnation as a presentation of the divisor of bilateral ancient and medieval ever since the beginning of the civilization. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the savior of the enlightened being and highly advanced. And so it was said in modern times and modern days, Supreme Court is dividing details and transmitting it to the world at a record-breaking speed. Such a accomplishment. Swamiji is recognized as an incarnation at a very young age by the Guru Shikshi Parampara. The lineage of enlightenment. You can see so many of the enlightened Gurus. Mata Nithyananda, Sufi Swamigal, Sikhi Swamigal, Annamari Swamigal, Kanchi Paramacharya, Swamigal, Yogananda, all these Gurus who have initiated and trained Swamiji into reviving these sciences. Just so all the devotees and disciples can employ these sciences knowledge. And let us now see how the science of our instruction is authenticated through the four aspects of science. The first is the Shastra Pramana. It is the eternal unchangeable truth, the revealed in the
Diksha.
the Akta Pramana, which are the powers, which are the experiences and results of Akshat or authorities of wisdom, made officials and scientists to affect and verify them. Third is the Atma Pramana, the experience of the accounts. This millennium avatars was the experience of our wisdom and last. Is the Pratyaksh Pramana, or the empirical evidence of observation and so let us now see the Shastra Pramana, so the powers of paradise. Comes to the point of the Vijnana of the कपालान्तर्मनोन्यसा विस्तन्मीलितलोचनः रमेण मनसो दार्ढ्यात् नक्तये लक्ष्यमुत्तमम् By fixing the mind on the inner space within the ground center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession by the stability of the mind and inner space, the power of the third eye one directly sees the ultimate goal Laksham by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the state of oneness, the source Paramashiva. The next is the after Pramana. Where Bhagwan Sri Krishna indicates Arjuna his power of Bhagwan Krishna. He said to Arjuna and initiates Arjuna in the 11th chapter of his first Bhagavad Gita. He said, Tatumam shakyase drashtum Tatumam shakyase drashtum manenaiva satakshisha Divyam dadami te chakshuru patyame yogamaisaram But you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. You the divine third eye, behold my cosmic opulence. In the Purana Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, contains the description of Bhagavan as follows. Completely narrated by Arjuna as he did the next is the Atma Pramana.
Broke. The first experience is that I was able to see every me, above me, the whole 360 degree, 10 direction, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience. I felt that the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. The setting sun, rising moon, the whole Arunachala hill, all the plants, bush, shrubs, trees, everything, everything, everything. Just become so alive. The idea, something is inside.
The next is the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and science. Study methods compare the metabolical activity of the brain in the conscious and meditative state of the third eye, using the positive emission removal, which is speaking. And when doing daily activities, high activity measured in the brain was the third eye region, and when in the deep state of samadhi, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is left. So let us now witness the Shakti Pranana, the live demonstration of these Shaktis being manifested by the Balasins of Nithyananda. Today, I request you guys to Shakti there. Today, along with me, I have an extraordinary Balasin, an extraordinary Paraman sister who is 14 years old, and her name is Manasa Kalajananda, and 15 years old. And she is going to be demonstrating this extraordinary Shakti of third eye to all of you. All of you can see. I have the medically certified eye band with me in front to complete the fake sheet. Behind is a thick sponge, and under there is no gap between the sponge and the fake sheet, and there is no possible way of light entering in this eye band. This is the eye band I'm going to be placing on my Kalandra's eyes. It is completely medically and scientifically certified and proven that there is no possible way of light entering into this eye band even with the eyes closed, and even with the eyes open inside the eyes. Before that, Makalandra, just make sure that there's nothing around you. So keep your right, left, up, all of you can see, and all around you. All of you can see there's nothing around Makalandra, there's nothing on Makalandra, and this is either going to be placed or connected. I'm constructing the icon for all of you, and this makes Makalandra, are you comfortable? Now are you comfortable? So now again with the eyebrow down, right? Left, up, and so you can see there's no gap, there's no possible way of light. And now I request you to come to the projected. Ma Kalandra is now going to read all your comments live. Please go ahead, feel free to post anything you want on the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda channel, and Ma Kalandra will be out. I request even though no comments to read and say what is on this. I request comments to be reloaded so you can have the comments. Amazing demonstration of this power. Once we remove the island of Makalagara, and you can see the island that and also difference between the island before and amazing. That was a beautiful demonstration of this extraordinary power which was manifested now demonstration. And stay tuned to witness the next power, which is the power of body and you will be witnessing the Bala instance can be using uninitiated disciples, manifesting and being continuously diseases and managing their needs. Let's now see the Akashic Mana. It comes from the Jnana Medicine. Vadehe jagato vapi sukha-tukha-taranita tattvani-yani nilayam yatvante vyatyate para. And that's it. Cosmic deeply that from the subtlety of the whole body, they have audible movement simultaneously consistent of the life. They are being absorbed in the first one. And by the experience of such life, one becomes completely on the thought, and the ultimate one who becomes power for our are the second and the same common. Next is the Akashic Pramana, which is from the life of the experience. Area was one of the prominent disciples of Akashic. And one day, a man suffering from a headache comes to Agastya and standing and Agastya uses the power of body standing and identifies the deep thoughts. Here, when small theory at a start, sitting in the doctor's Agastya immediately instructs the disciples perform and open his surgery and remove it. After the surgery, complete suppression, the person is healing and cured. Thus, the disciples gain an next is Akashic Pramana, the life of the Gandhi Swami, who deeply cares how he was able to manifest power of Akashic. Only when I had a multiple compound manufacturing, was I forced to work with surgery in their first medical capacity. At that time, I detected the quantity in my different organs, and it was seen that I had been caused in the surgery. I immediately used diagnostic methods to study medical facilities, to study the body condition due to the causes, and prove power of body scanning, I found out what the problem with imbalances happened and that balance had to be. I was a second all these great avatars remember that it's a human being. They are not beyond suffering and anything happens in life is not an accident. It's a divine state happens in it. And now you can see the experiences of devotees and disciples who were able to manifest this power and who beautifully shared their experience on the Kailasas escapes and escapes making Bhagavan can and you can see how us we can manifest these powers. Even you can manifest these powers just by getting initiated into the powers of. Let us now witness the extraordinary demonstration in the Kabbal's inside action of power. And then go ahead, post the comments in the Kailasas escape channel and we'll be getting back with the Kabbal's inside action. So I'm back with an extraordinary balancing of the scanning the beautiful Martin, who is going to be demonstrating this power of body scanning to all of you today. And I request you to come to be presented. Mahathalandra Nithyananda has posted bad sound quality, ma, and Mahesh Aya has also posted breaking sound, ma. Now is it better, ma? Okay, so okay. Mahathalandra Nithyananda has posted that it sounds much better. And okay. I request the comment section to scroll a little up. Okay. Ma Pravina Surya has posted, I need help, ma. Please scan me, ma. Would like to know why the numbers on my weight screen did not come down, regardless of what I do. I request comment section to stop being Not only can you do the body static mark of area and see why the numbers on the scale does not come on the divided about. Pilot Parola first year. So this is your body scanning. I will diagnose with anemia between low rates of hemoglobin at 7 pm. Surely I'll be doing the body scanning. Parola first year. Now me and Martoni are going to handle the Mahabhasya, which is own Nithyananda Paramashivam. There is a text for higher frequency and connected to us. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So what you are doing, at the end of the day, you are thinking of amazing. So, Ma Pravina Surya, this is the solution for you. Just one quick letter, follow the solution with current study. You will be pleased to be done. And one more thing, I will tell you that you have reduced the amount of CPR and you have reduced and this completed the thought of impossibility and will be what Paramashiva is doing. After being a singer, please do follow the solution with Paramashiva is doing and you will be completely healed. And yes, Maheshaya has spoken, Nithyananda, I want to scan kidney and bone down because some days before I was scanned and told you about kidney and I am taking castor regularly instead as solution given by. Yes, I think that is solution given by Paramashiva and not only, why don't you go ahead and do the deep scan and begin to what is the status of and Parola first calculate I've done the body scan. You have restricted for a scan specifically for 10 and Paramashiva you are endless only because of the amount of heat and toxin you are in your body. Paramashiva means that you have to really pull down your body and you have to detox your body. There are a lot of toxins in the body which is actually the reason for enemy and also along with heat. And Paramashiva means that the next 2 days sleep on the floor. Sleep on the floor and yoga mat in the bed, not on the bed. Sleep on the floor with a wet cloth on your stomach and apply castor oil on your legs. And nicely massage your legs, you will actually see the heat coming. One more solution is take onion and put it on your legs and wear it. And then you see that the onion will actually be black because of the amount of toxin you have in your body and quickly will disappear. Please do this immediate detoxing and sleep on the floor for the next 2 days. And continue the solution and after 1 week and Maheshaya, one more solution is Paramashiva reduce it have a lot of heat in the body. Please reduce the amount of heat, which will also help you to reduce this and also the specific solution is going to use that you should keep on onion and you should keep it on your feet and guys fasting like you turmeric and oil. If you take coconut oil, you put turmeric, and every day, if you read the living in a book, is that it's oil pulling, or if you take all the toxins and speak out of your body. Please do this oil pulling solution, and you will also see a drastic change. There is a communication. Ingo Horman has requested for body scanning to see how to regrow it has to be. So yes, not only is the body scanning for Ingo Horman and see how we can regrow it has to be. Ma'am Mahatmananda has posted. On Saturday 3rd, I revealed that Mr. had anemia, which caused the feeling of pain and collapse. What is the cause of anemia? Get permission to ask about this. Thank you. Yes, for surely I'll be doing a body scanning now. Paramashiva has revealed that Paramashiva has revealed that it is just low self-esteem. She feels she has a victim. She feels that any situation or anything is happening, she says, "Oh God, I feel the victim and everything." That is actually causing her to feel pain and collapse. It is not only the anemia. Anemia is also one of the things side effects. But it is not only that. It is because she has no self-esteem and she has to complete this pattern, which is also causing a lot of heat and toxins in her body. The moment she completes with this, and she has to keep a wet cloth every day on her forehead and with turmeric and then a wet cloth on her forehead, she will be completely clean. And I request to come to you. Okay. Amazing. That is a beautiful solution. And Ingo, yeah, go ahead. The next time being Parashakti or Sundaresh Paramashiva comes and graces us. Go ahead. Ask your question and the Parashakti will answer it. Which you can please go ahead. And Maheshaya Ma Pravina Surya and has posted that the voice is not clear. Sorry, Ma, I didn't see a comment as I was attending the previous comment. Really sorry for the technical glitch. I was not able to attend to all your comments because I was seeing the previous comments. Maheshaya has because not if Paramashiva told the coconut oil and or onion and yes, yes, not only can you reveal what is the position for Paramashiva? That the body is because of the and when you will be and continue to one week for and after that, yes. And what Paramashiva revealed in my product was filling and onion during the session. And yes, I can see many people have posted that audio is not clear. We'll be right back with this 60 pages and we'll be right back with you. We'll be completing the inconvenience.
Nithyananda, everyone. We apologize for the technical glitch and the inconvenience that happened. And if any of you are yet to get your body scan, you can come back every day at 2 a.m. IST and 4 p.m. IST for the body scanning. And with that, now we'll be getting into the next segment of the program where we will be learning about divine feminine consciousness, about who is Devi Parashakti. So we'll be first looking at the Dhyana Shloka of Devi from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka, which I will be chanting. Sindhurarunavigraham Trinayana Manikya Spurate Taranayakashekharam Smitamukhim Mapina Vakshoruham Panibhyamalipurnaratnachashakam Raktotpalam Vibratim Saumyam Ratnagatastharaktcharanam Dhyayet Paramambikam. And the translation for this verse is: the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body, with a triple eyes, sporting a crown of rubies, studded with the crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup mead and the other twirling a red lotus. And this comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka. And another verse which also comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka says, Arunam Karunatarangadakshim Dritapashankusha Pushpabanachapam Animadibhyavritam Mayukaihi Rahamityeva Vibhavaye Bhavanim. The translation for this verse is: I meditate on the great Empress. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the nose, the goat, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as Anima Fares, and she is the self within me. And Devi Parashakti is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in, and the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on and on. And Parashakti is the source energy, the source power, the source from which all of us came, in which all of us are in even now, and in which all of us are going to merge. And out of her extreme love and compassion, Devi Parashakti herself is expressing and manifesting herself through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all questions, attending to our prayers, giving wounds, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. And Devi Parashakti beautifully reveals, raising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Hrimkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in 40 triangles, the Kailasha Swamini who's in Kailasha, Sri Parachintamani, Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi, as Nithyananda, I took Nijavatara here, to give good boons to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranyagarbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi. Taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion and blessing, listen people, to do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. And Devi Parashakti also reveals, she says, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, manifesting as source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Icha, Kriya, and Jnana, growing as 4 Vedas, expanding as 5 Panchabhutas, beyond 6 chakras, filled as Gotras of 7 Rishis, expanding as 8 directions, existing as 9 grahas, blossoming as 10 indriyas, being as 11 rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing life to tell and make truth blossom and to do good. Parashorasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. And now let's see how we can receive Devi Parashakti. So literally we're seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there on your screen. So you can keep 2 beet leaves, 1 banana, 1 beet nut, and a coin in front of the screen as you watch Devi Parashakti. And in the Hindu tradition, for those of you who don't know, a coin is actually considered the traditional Rakshana. It can be the lowest value. In India, it can even be just 1 paise. In the US, it can even be just a cent. Swami says, I'm not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay. And you can offer that to Devi Parashakti. And once the darshan is over, you can do namaskar and eat the banana, the beech leaf, and the beech nut, taking it as prasadam immediately. And the coins that you can collect, you can send it to the LA temple for the further procedures. And for those of you who now may be wondering, what exactly does this beet leaf and beet nut do to you? How does it benefit you, whether it's physically, emotionally, or mentally, or in any way? So this beet leaf and betel nut may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really Devi Parashakti is there. You will not take the Devi darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous unconscious mentality and lifestyle and raise you to the powerful cognitions. It will break your unconscious behavior. And now all of you can see how you can set up your tambulam. So you can arrange the beet leaf, the betel nut, the banana, and the coin in a plate, and keep the plate in front of the screen with all the items as you receive Devi Parashakti. And as all of you can see in the items such as kumkum, turmeric, some glass bangles, some flowers, and a coconut. If you would like, you can also add these few additional items. But the 4 basic items that are kept as part of the tambulam is the beet leaf, the betel nut, the banana, and the items in a plate. Keep it in front of the screen as you receive Devi Parashakti. And with that, we come to a conclusion of this segment where we have learned who is Devi Parashakti and what you need to do to receive her, how you can receive her in a very traditional way. And with that, we'll now be moving to the next segment of this program where all of you will be learning. All of us will be seeing and understanding what exactly Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic readings for the problems that the world is going through today, and how important it is for us to understand, internalize, and follow what Devi Parashakti has revealed. So we'll be back for the next segment after a really short break. So please stay tuned, and we will, in the next segment, be seeing what Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic readings.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம்.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி. ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் காளி.
Again, welcome back to viewers. Sorry for the delay. Let's enter into this next segment where we will understand some of the various revelations made by Devi Parashakti for humanity. Over the last several months, throughout this pralaya and this pandemic, Devi Parashakti has been continuously guiding us, continuously ensuring that we are staying protected, staying safe during this time. And Devi, out of her deepest compassion, has revealed the 8th step to protect ourselves from COVID-19. And it is the compassion of the avatar that has manifested Devi Parashakti in the Guru Padaka Stotram composed by Adi Shankaracharya. The very first verse describes how the Guru Padaka, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara or suffering. And in this verse, Adi Shankaracharya states, salutations to the sandals of my Guru, which is the boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with the sense of devotion to my Guru, and by worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation. Many of us have been feeling stuck throughout this pralaya and in this same storming and raging ocean, being unable to navigate ourselves and lost in the overwhelming vastness of the suffering that surrounds us during this pralaya, the great deluge. Our loved ones are dying due to the pandemic. Our homes are being destroyed due to the natural disasters. Social institutions are crumbling, and the whole of humanity is in a desperate and dire need of hope. And it is at this time that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has, out of his deepest compassion as the incarnation of cosmic superconscious, having taken the responsibility for the superconscious breakthrough of the whole of humanity, is manifesting Devi Parashakti, the cosmic mother, and guiding and healing the whole world as literally the boat that sails us through this pralaya, this cosmic deluge. And Devi Parashakti herself has been manifesting through the Nijavatara and answering each and every one of our prayers, granting boons, healing us, manifesting miracles, removing all of our pain and suffering. And Devi has not just attended to us individually, but also as humanity at large. And Devi Parashakti has guided the whole of humanity in the form of revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and by showing us the future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and more, and even the twisted human conspiracies and underground wars, which have not surfaced to common knowledge as yet. And in this segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and scriptural references of each sacred revelation, which has manifested precisely as the same guidance emerged from Devi Parashakti, for us to imbibe deeply and to start following as Devi continues to protect us until the storm ends and we are safely harbored at the shores of our consciousness. So let us understand what Devi has revealed as the 8 methods to protect ourselves from Corona on the 30th of April, 2021. So let's first watch the video of Devi's revelation.
Parashodasi Meenakshi, Parameshwari Meenakshi, Parashakti Meenakshi, இங்கு எழுந்து அருளினோம் எல்லோர்க்கும் ஞானமும் தன்மையும் தந்திட நன்மையெல்லாம் அளித்திட நாமே வந்தோம் இங்கு. கைலாசத்தின் சுவாமினியாய் பரமசிவன் கிரகத்திருந்து நம் அனுக்கிரகத்தினால் நித்யானந்தன் விக்கிரகமாய் மலர்ந்தோம். உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் நல்லதை செய்திட, நன்மையை சொல்லிட, தர்மார்த்த காம மோக்ஷம் எனும் புருஷார்த்தங்கள் நாளும் பொங்கி மலர்ந்திட வந்தேன் இங்கு. மாந்தர்கள் கொடுந்தொற்று கொரோனா கண்டு அஞ்ச வேண்டாம். 8 வழியின் மூலமாகவும் எண்ணத்தில் தியானித்து என்னை பிரார்த்தித்தல் ஒன்று, சமூக வலைதளங்கள் மூலமாய் என்னை சரணடைதல் 2, எங்கெல்லாம் வடிவத்தில் நான் குடிகொண்டிருக்கின்றேனோ அங்கெல்லாம் பூமிதித்து என்னை வழிபடுவது 3, நெஞ்சில் மஞ்சள் தடவி வேப்பம் சாரருந்தி தினந்தோறும் என்னை தியானிப்பது 4, நிர்விகல்ப நிலையிருந்து நித்யானந்தத்தை நிறைத்து உயிர்வது 5, சிவ 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 எனும் பிரபஞ்ச பெரும் நாதத்தை அஜபா ஜபமாய் நிகழ்த்தல் 6, நிறைவான பூரண மனத்தோடு வாழைப்பழத்தோலும் வெங்காயமும் குதிகாலில் வைத்து பத்திட்டு நித்திரையில் அடங்குவது 7, பூரணமாய் பரிபூரணமாய் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் நினைப்பும் மறப்பும் அருந்த உணர்வு ஸ்மரணையில் அகம் அகம் என ஸ்புரிக்கும் அருள் ஆனந்த ஸ்புரணத்தில் இருப்பது 8 எனும் 8 முறையிலும் என எண்ணியோர் அத்துணை பேருக்கும் இல்லை கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் தாக்கமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் பயமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் மயக்கமும் வாழ்வீர்கள் வளத்தொடு நல் ஞானம் யோகத்தொடு நாமே நிம்மோடு நானே நீயாய் நீயே நானாய் நல்வாழ்வு வாழ்வீர்கள். 8இல் 1 செய்தாலும் கொரோனா உங்களை எட்டவிடாது காப்பு.
So let us look at Devi Parashakti's revelations mapped into English. Devi revealed, "Oh, humans, don't be scared of the deadly infection in corona. Through these 8 ways, praying and meditating on me, surrendering to me through social media, wherever I'm residing, worshiping me by doing the fire walking, applying turmeric in the chest, drinking neem juice and meditating on me every day, being in the unclutched state, filling with eternal bliss, doing the ajaba ajaba of the cosmic sound, Shiva, 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 with complete mind, applying banana peel and onion in the heels, and going to sleep, and being in the state beyond any remembrance or forgetting in the Arunachala Purana that blossoms as aham, aham in the state of Ananda Purana. Everyone who thinks on me through these 8 ways, they will not have effects of corona. They don't have fear and delusion of corona. You will live with prosperity, with wisdom and fortune. Me with you, you as me as you. You will live good life, even if you do one of these 8 ways. I will protect you. Corona will not reach you. Don't have fear, people. Be blissful. Devi, in these revelations, has revealed the 8 methods to protect all of us from COVID-19. Let us now go through each revelation, each method, and see the benefits and science behind each. The first method is praying and meditating on me, Devi Parashakti. And science has already seen the numerous benefits of praying and meditation. And in Healthline, they have stated the 12 benefits of meditation, which include reducing stress, controlling anxiety, promoting emotional health, enhancing self-awareness, lengthening the attention span, and it may reduce age-related memory loss. It can generate kindness. It may help fight addiction, improve sleep. It helps control pain, and it can decrease the blood pressure, and can make it's extremely accessible anywhere, so anyone can do it. And in a recent study published in the US Department of Health and Human Services, it has stated the benefit of meditation and its direct benefits on both physical and mental health. And another study done by the Cambridge University Press reiterates the necessity of meditation during the times of crisis, such as COVID-19. So let's understand how prayer and spirituality protects the emotional health. This was a study published in Everyday Health, and it has revealed that prayer and meditation offer a bigger sense of purpose, provide social support, lift the spirit, and help you cope with difficulties. And a study published on September 2015 in Health Psychology found that when researchers followed 191 people with congestive heart failure for 5 years, they found that those who reported feeling spiritual peace and who also made some healthy lifestyle changes were significantly more likely to live longer than their peers. And people with major depressive disorder or chronic medical illnesses who report high levels of religiosity including daily religious experiences, generally become more optimistic than their peers. And a study published in July 2015 in Depression and Anxiety. So the avatar himself has directly demonstrated how meditation can impact the mind. So let us watch that video now.
Nithyananda participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and him invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions for PET scanning and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. And these are really not very easy tests to go through. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do that. So we did that, because if a meditation process is doing something to your brain, we should be able to detect that. Scientific findings are verifiable. They're replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, is very active, as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light it up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right here, right in the middle, probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was, Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that light right here? So what's interesting was, I've never seen that before in my life. So the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swami showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine, which is a chemical our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area. And when you have any pleasurable feeling in your body, it is mediated through dopamine. It's a neuroreceptor. It's a chemical that transmits messages of pleasure. It basically evokes pleasure. If you eat, the same thing is with visual pleasures you have. Beautiful people, beautiful sceneries, nature, whatever gives you pleasure. It's mediated through dopamine. Everything that human being experiences involves dopamine. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, the D spot, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for divine spot. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine spot. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go. Those are some of the findings I want to share with you. There's so much more to talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nithyananda's system of free healing, known as Nithya spiritual healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nithyananda's neurological system can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena, Scientific Data.
And now that we've understood the impact of meditation on the brain directly, let us now understand what the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed about prayer and puja and how it can literally change your life. So let us watch that video now.
If you are not allowed to do yoga, made to believe early morning sleep is the best thing in your life, you are tortured, you are abused, your divine rights are violated. If you are constantly inspired to do yoga early morning, Brahma Muhurta time, and everyday puja, sit that 30-40 minutes and melt down by feeling connection. Understand? Nothing can be compared to prayer to bust your stress. I tell you, prayer is the best stress buster. Deep feeling connection and tears rolling in your eyes and melting down. Prayer to Paramashiva. Intense yearning, Vyakulata, talking to Paramashiva, relating to Paramashiva. Nothing can be compared to that to bust your stress. I tell you, every day puja is an ultimate recharging experience. If you do everyday puja, the kind of the stress-free life you will live, your whole biological clock will be aligned to Kailasa. I tell you, I have seen the people who have the habit of Nitya Puja live long. Not just long, happy. In my whole life, it is Nitya Puja, Puja, that gave me all the best things of life. Everyday puja, relating with the deities is the best stress buster. Touch the deities, do decoration, dress up. Even now, my best time of the day is when I sit with my deities. I sit with my deities, dress up the deities, jewel them, spend time with them, talk to them, intensely pray, deeply connect and pray. Understand? You do not know the power of Archavatara. God landing in physical deity form. Never underestimate the power of Archavatara. The Archavatara is equivalent to living avatara. What living avatar can do to you, an Archavatara can do. Atma Linga I am giving to all of you is literally living Archavatara. Is a piece of God. Literally.
Now that we've understood let's now see the second step for protecting yourself from COVID-19. Surrendering to Devi Parashakti through social media. So let's understand how we can do this. During the Akashic readings, Devi Parashakti gives us the opportunity to connect with her through various social media platforms and attends individually to our prayers and showers us with the blessings and boons. Let us now see how we can connect Devi Parashakti through social media. So the first is to become a member of the HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And for membership, you can go ahead and just go to the YouTube channel and click join. And then once you have, during the live Akashic readings of Devi Parashakti, you can ask your questions in the comment section and ensure you are being attended to by Devi Parashakti. And the next way is by liking and following the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam page. And you can go ahead and just click like and follow on the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam page. And you can also ask your questions in the Facebook page during the live Akashic reading. And then you can also follow us on the Sri Nithyananda Twitter handle. And once you do that, you can ask your questions during the live Devi Parashakti Akashic reading in reply section of the tweet with Ask the Avatar, with hashtag Ask the Avatar. And you can also follow us on the Sri Nithyananda Instagram page, and you can ask your questions in the comment section of the post. And you can also ask your questions on WhatsApp. You can go to kailasa.org, and then you can see the WhatsApp chat that pops up on the side. On the left-hand side, you can see there. And you can ask your questions in the WhatsApp chat as well. All of these ways, Devi Parashakti will directly see your questions, and whether she answers or does not answer, rest assured you will be attended by Devi Parashakti. Let us look at the step 3. Wherever I reside, worshiping me by fire, by doing the fire walking. And our rishis and munis have been, firewalking is an alchemy process, and our rishis and munis have been adept and masters in every field, whether health or keeping the society safe in every field. So the Varitam Puja, spiritual technique, religious rituals, anything they designed is highly scientific and directly useful to the life. Coronavirus will not affect you. This is in the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself in regards to firewalking. Coronavirus will not affect you at all, because that firewalking time, that small blisters you get, just shoots up your whole immunity. That power, the power to protect yourself from any virus or any problem, it's actually a powerful technique. It's a very powerful technique followed in those days, especially during this season. Especially that is done very traditionally, systematically. If you had even small blisters, and even if you did not have any blisters, you are protected already from corona problems. You will not be affected at all. Corona will not work on you. It will not affect you. And don't worry, it's a traditional way of making you immune. Actually, it's a traditional vaccination process. It's 11 feet length, a burning live charcoal on which you are supposed to walk with the traditional powerful music, which activates your lymphatic system. And that mukulam, we call it in the back of the neck, the music will feel like it is hitting the back of your neck, and your whole detox system will be awakened. In that peak altered state of consciousness, you should walk on fire. Not just like that you will walk, you will first awaken, trigger the detox system, and then walk on fire. The 11 feet fire pit, and this is in a satsang about firewalking. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed this. If you do one firewalking, you are absolutely protected from corona. Pray to Mahamariam and do firewalking. That's it. It's a traditional, powerful vaccination. Pray to Parashakti Mahamari. Do the Pachipatni Vratam. Do this traditional firewalking. You are absolutely protected from coronavirus. No need to panic. Traditional vaccination, traditional, natural, organic. No bad side effect vaccination is the Hindu firewalking. So let us understand the science behind firewalking, revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself.
all these transmutation processes means balancing the system and awakening the whole consciousness to your whole body is what I call transmutation processes. Some parts of your body becomes insensitive to the existence because of the job it is doing, like a feet, because of the continuous walking, it becomes insensitive. Your cheeks, how they are sensitive, they don't become, they lose sensitivity to the reality. But for the complete Kundalini awakening, your whole body needs to be alive and experiencing the reality and ability to experience the higher consciousness. That is the reason we have the process of fireworking.
Now let us watch the Supreme Quantum of Hinduism himself doing the fire walking in Tiruvannamalai, the birthplace of the Supreme Quantum of Hinduism.
சத்தியம் காத்திடும் உத்தமத்தியே சத்குருவாய் வந்த நித்திய தாயே வேதங்கள் வணங்கிடும் ஆதியும் நீயே ஜோதிமலையிலே அவதரித்தாயே அவனியை பேணும் ஞானமும் நீயே அக்னி வடிவிலே அருள் புரிந்தாயே தீனிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி தீனிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி கர்மங்களை கொண்டிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணை வென்றிட வந்தாய் கர்மங்களை கொண்டிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணை வென்றிட வந்தாய் தீயினிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி.
Now that we've seen the Supreme Quantum of Hinduism himself doing the fire, understand what science has studied about firewalking in a study conducted by the U.S. National Study of Medicine, the National Institute of Health, regarding the various effects and benefits of firewalking. It has revealed that firewalkers hide and can affect the physiological response in an extreme collective ritual. And the study establishes how the firewalking increases higher levels of happiness and lower fatigue levels compared to, for people who participate in firewalking, compared to those who do not participate in firewalking. And the step 4 for protecting yourself from corona is applying turmeric on the chest, drinking neem juice, and meditating on Devi Parashakti every day. So let us understand, in the words of the Supreme Quantum of Hinduism himself, the benefits of neem juice.
Bididi. It is not, I'm not talking from air, I'm talking from ground. In Bididi, before we came to that land, 30 borewells were dug, no water. Now, From the day we came till now, we have water for 10,000 people to live comfortably in that very land. It's only pouring, pouring Karumari's grace wherever we started ashram. Nature completely cooperates because we know biology, whole biology thinks. If you are having bitter relationships in your life, just start drinking bitter neem juice every morning. The problem will be solved. Understand, if you are irritated, even if you don't react, even if you don't talk to people, you release that kind of vibes. Take Haritaki. You will see you release sweet kind of vibes. Take neem juice. You release healing, compassionate vibes. A woman who applies neem powder and takes bath, who applies turmeric powder and takes bath, is equivalent to Karumari Mahamayi. That neem paste and turmeric powder, if a woman takes bath with that, she is equivalent to Mahamayi. She is embodiment of Karumari because she will be manifesting that same vibes of Karumari. I sincerely recommend people start doing all these activities like applying neem paste and taking bath, applying haritaki powder and taking bath, applying turmeric powder and taking bath, applying basma and taking bath, especially for men, basma, for women, neem paste and turmeric paste. All four can be used by both all genders. That is different. If you want space, I'll recommend the neem and turmeric for female body, haritaki and basma for male body. Understand, your whole biology things. Working on whole biology changes the whole life. So, now with this understanding the whole biology things, think Mahavagya. This is Ajapa Ajapa. Think Mahavagya. With the understanding your whole biology thinks. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Blessings to all of you. Start manifesting powers now.
So the primary ingredient in turmeric is curcumin, which is known for its anti-inflammatory effects. And over the last 2 decades, it has been studied extensively and it has been shown to be a potent immunomodulator, which can modulate the activation of T cells, B cells, macrophages, neutrophils, natural killer cells, and dendritic cells, which are all immune cells. And curcumin can also downregulate the expression of various pro-inflammatory cytokines, including TNF, IL-1, IL-2, IL-6, IL-8, IL-12, and chemokines. And this can be most likely done through inactivation of the transcription factor NF-kappa B. So essentially, curcumin and turmeric has the effects of regulating the immune system and the activation of immune cells. And it can also enhance the body's antibody responses. So this strengthens the immune, helps you stay healthy. And neem has been shown to fight against coronavirus. In Ayurveda, it is very well known for its potent properties and can be helpful in fighting against coronavirus. And turmeric neem have also been effective against coronavirus, according to a study in KGMU. So with this, we will be concluding this portion of the program. And we've learned the first 4 steps for protecting yourself from COVID-19. And you can stay tuned for the next segment, where we will be going through the various offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. We will continue learning about the 8 methods in the program tomorrow. And we'll be moving on to the next segment, where we will understand the offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. So each of these offerings are done out of love and gratitude, just to say thank you and I love you to the divine cosmic mother.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி.
Yes. So let us understand the various offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti and how we can connect with Devi Parashakti more deeply. Devi is the completion of both the masculine and feminine consciousness. And both consciousness have to be expressed equally by every human to experience enlightenment. And until enlightenment, only the masculine dimension expresses more than the feminine dimension, irrespective of whether they are in the male or female bodies. And every being has to complete with these 5 dimensions to achieve enlightenment. The Pitrus are the ancestors, the Kula Devatas or the family deities, the parents, the nature, and of course, Guru himself, who will be bestowing enlightenment upon you. And incompletions are life negative and adharmic cognition in the 5 dimensions that lead to misconstrued karana and karya, the cause and effect. And this further leads to suffering and pain and calamities in individual, personal, and collective and global levels. Being sensitive is being aware and in gratitude to life for everything from the air that we breathe, to the place that we sit, to the energy that we feel that we exist. the energy to celebrate our existence. And these 43 energies constitute our human body. And when all 43 are integrated to Dharma, one becomes enlightened. Dharma is the cosmic motherly completion and sensitivity from the level of the Panchabhutas. And this is the core principle of the cosmos. Awakening the sacred feminine is key to enlightenment. When awakened, man expresses the sacred feminine consciousness. He becomes a great revered leader. When awakened, woman expresses the sacred feminine consciousness. She becomes Devi, the cosmic mother, expressing power. And the key to awaken the sacred feminine consciousness is conscious sovereignty. Out of millions of paths, the easiest, sweetest, and most beautiful path to enlightenment is connecting with the cosmos as mother, Devi Parashakti, the cosmic feminine consciousness. And Devi is the one who expresses as Guru all the gods and options of the universe. She can straight away deliver enlightenment by connecting through the cosmic umbilical cord. And offerings are not to benefit the divine, but to close the gap with the divine consciousness. When we achieve completion with the Divine Mother, her infinite powers with her sweet grace starts nourishing all of our dimensions through the cosmic umbilical cord. And there's nothing too small or too big one can offer to connect with the Divine Mother. It has to be from a space of love, of a child looking at a mother and handing her what it has to share with her out of deep love and gratitude. It can be a cup of milk or a flower, or it can be a precious jewel to adorn her smiling face or her hair. The Vedic rishis have clearly stated the technique to connect with the sacred feminine consciousness to awaken the same qualities in us. One can connect with Paramashiva through oneness, but with the divine cosmic mother, it is only by worshiping her divine lotus feet. And mother worship is the most non-violent, most peace-centered, most healing, soothing, and sweetest path to enlightenment among all traditions on planet Earth. Worshipping includes contemplating, meditating through sacred offerings and mantras, and the oblations at her sacred feet. Yes, and as we have stated, mother worship is the sweetest path to enlightenment. So why the divine feminine? Because she is the ultimate, and she can make us experience the ultimate. And the pramana from the Rig Veda for Devi Parashakti translates, I walk as the 11 Rudras, I walk as the Vasus, I walk as Vishnu and other Adityas, and all the divine forms, the Vishvadevas, assuming the form of the inner self of all the gods. I hold aloft Mitra and Varuna, and even as Indra and Agni, I do, and the Ashwini twins too. And the Ekadasha Rudras, Maharudra, Ashtavasus, Dvadasha Adityas, the Vishvadevatas, all of them are my retinue. I move around in my various forms with them as my retinue. I protect all of them, including Mitra, Varuna, Indra, Agni, Ashwini Devatas. Devi declares herself as the inner self of all the gods, the divine energy. She is all pervading and all permeating, and we too have the opportunity to experience the divine energy of Devi Parashakti herself permeating in all dimensions of our lives. When we offer our love, our gratitude to Devi Parashakti, the first offering that we can make is the E-Hundi offering, which is a general donation. And you can make this out of your love, your gratitude for Devi Parashakti, because Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion. She removes all fears. And if there is any fear in the minds of the devotees, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. And this is not the autumn this season, but rather the autumn of our lives, when our thoughts turn more and more inwards and the role of the divine becomes much more prominent. The need for Devi Parashakti worship becomes much stronger. And Devi is described as the one who bestows happiness on all her devotees. So you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your kanika, and your name shall be chanted during the puja to Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Sankalpa chanting, which is the offering of your conscious resolution. And in the Saundarya Lahari, it describes, let the mantras I chant with the sacrifice in my soul become chanting of your name. Let all my movements become auspicious mudras. Let my travel become perambulation around thee. Let the act of eating and drinking become the fire offerings, the oblations in the Homa Yajna to thee. Let all my acts of sleeping become salutations to you, and let all actions of pleasure of mine become part of your worship. So when you offer, this is the space that you can offer the Sankalpa chanting. Will bless in all dimensions of your life, and will bless both the unasked and asked, remembered and forgotten wishes to manifest in every life by the grace of Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Devi Sahasranama Swaranapatra, which is the gold coin inscribed with the name of the various names of Devi Parashakti. So when you offer this, each coin will have the name of Devi Parashakti, which represents the various qualities and aspects of Devi Parashakti, whether it's her infinite knowledge, her overflowing compassion, or her beauty and grace. You will be blessed with awakening all the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, the various divine attributes and powers of Devi Parashakti. Next offering is the Mukta Ambuti, and this is the nose ring that you can offer to Devi Parashakti. And in the Devi's Muktam, it describes, let the goddess who brings good fortune, who is praised by the gods, who is served by Devendra, who is praised by the Devas, troubled by the Asuras, who is praised and remembered, as devotion to her solves all, who is the source of all good in the world. Let that goddess destroy all obstacles. So when you offer this, you receive the blessings for protection from all dangers and fears from Devi Parashakti herself. The next offering is the Swarna Padma Pushpa, which is the golden lotus. And it's stated that Devi is the one who bestows accomplishments and intellect, who showers worldly prosperity. Devi is the one who powers the subtle mantra of the cosmos. I bow down to you, O Devi Mahalakshmi. And when you offer this Swarna Padma Pushpa, you will be blessed with attracting positive relationships in both personal and business dimensions. The next offering is the Swarna Mekhi, which is the offering of the gold toe ring to Devi Parashakti. And in the Saundarya Lahari, it states, Lord Brahma, the creator of yours, selects a dust from your feet and creates this whole world. The great Adishesha, with his 1,000 heads, somehow carries a dust of your feet with great effort. And the great Lord Rudra takes it and powders it nicely and uses it as holy ash. When you offer this Swarnamati, the golden toe ring, you will be blessed with a life of leadership qualities by offering this worship to Devi. And you can achieve this by even worshiping a tiny grain of dust from her feet. The Meti is a gold toe ring to worship by adorning the divine lotus feet of Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Mantika, the gold hairline jewelry. And it is stated that Devi is the one who makes the nectar flow from the Sahasrara and to the Anya and permeates through all the 72,000 nadis to give us the ultimate experience of the cosmos. And when you offer the Mantika, you will be blessed for living an enlightened lifestyle. The next offering is the Pratiksha Pada Puja, which is the most favorite offering of all the devotees and disciples of the Supreme Panchavakrama. And when the Supreme Panchavakrama, your very own Guru, is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself, you are most blessed to be able to offer the Pratiksha Pada Puja. And Adi Shankaracharya has explained the benefits of worshipping the divine lotus feet of the Guru. He explains, my repute has traveled in all directions through my philanthropy and prowess. All things of this world are in my hands as rewards for virtue. Yet if one's mind be not centered upon the lotus feet of the Guru, what then, what then, what then? And Devi is the Guru, the feminine consciousness, the one beyond the idea of male and female. The most auspicious offering to Guru, the dimension of the Cosmic Mother, is the offering of the Pratiksha Pada Puja. And when you offer this, you will be blessed with the most sweetest path to enlightenment. The next offering that you can make is the Vastra Seva, which is the offering of cloth to the Guru. And you can offer the Vastram to the dimension of the Cosmic Mother manifesting in your very own Guru during the Pratiksha Pada Puja, and you will be bestowed with the sweetest, most intimate path to enlightenment with complete protection. And here you can see all of the various offerings, and you can visit the Nithyanandeshwara. You can visit gateway.nithyanandeshwarahindutemple.org/NHTLA, and you can direct yourself to the Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan donation page. And here is what the donation page looks like. You can see whichever option you would like. It is in the drop-down menu. You can see the various options. You can choose whichever option you would like, whether it's the Varna Padma Pushpa or the Pratiksha Pada Puja, and you can offer as many as you would like. If you would like to offer one for yourself or one for your siblings, you are welcome to do that. And you can proceed to the checkout, and you can see this is what your cart will look like. You can proceed to the checkout, and you can fill out all of your billing details just as you would for any other online order. And once that is done, you can go ahead and place your order, and you can offer your seva. Once this is done, you can also fill out the tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021 form, where you can fill out your names and the names of your loved ones to ensure that your names are chanted during the offering to Devi Parashakti. And you can also sign up to become a member of the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. You can become an e-Kailashian, and it is a very simple process. You just go to YouTube and the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda page, and you can click join, which will give you the option of bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and premium, and you can choose whichever e-Kailashian level you would like to be and whichever suits you best, and each level has various offerings and benefits and exclusive content, and it's a very simple process. You can pay directly through YouTube through your credit card or your PayPal option. And once that is done, you will have the opportunity to ask your questions live during the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading in the YouTube comments and be directly seen by Devi Parashakti. And then here again, we have the gateway.nithyanandeshwarahindutemple.org/NHTLA. This is the link where you can visit to make your offering today to Devi Parashakti. So with this, we will be concluding this portion of the program, entering into the next segment where we will understand how the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has been continuously protecting humanity during this Pralaya. As many of you have heard, the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has opened up all Kailasas in India for the multi-layer quarantine. And this includes both free food, free accommodations, free internet, and much more. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has been continuously offering various activities in the Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita. So we have the administrators of Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita here with us today to share with us the various activities and programs that the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has made available at Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita, and how the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has created this beautiful ecosystem to not only protect all the residents and everyone from COVID-19, but to also create a beautiful ambiance for your consciousness to flower during this time when most people are suffering through this pandemic, are facing mental health issues, physical issues, and so many problems. All of the blessed beings who are living in Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita and the other Kailasas in India are blessed to be protected directly by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism. So we have Ma Nithya Pranapriyananda today joining us. So thank you so much, Ma. She will be guiding us through all of the activities that are happening at Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita. Thank you so much, Ma, for joining us.
Thank you, Nithyanandam, everyone. So today we're going to see a couple of very interesting segments in our Holistic COVID Care Protection Center, glimpses in Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita. First, let us look into the world today, where younger adults are more likely to report the symptoms of anxiety and or the younger adults are more likely to report the symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. You can see here, the 56% of people from the age 18 to 24 are more likely to report the symptoms of anxiety or the depressive disorder, as opposed to 30% of people who are above 65 years who reported the depressive disorder. You can see here very clearly in 2019, the average share of adults reporting the symptoms of anxiety disorder is 11%. But just in a couple of years, it has increased at least 3-fold times. It is 41.1% in January 2021. The share of adults reporting the symptoms, yes, we just saw the same stats. Now, how are you feeling? What employees feel or say that they feel more than half the time at work? 34% of them feel extremely tired and stressed. 27% of them feel they are burnt out. 22% of them feel they are discouraged. 19% of them feel they are distracted. 17% of them feel they are depressed. Nearly 8 in 10 adults say that the corona pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. Nearly 7 in 10 people say that they've experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. 1 in 4 essential workers diagnosed with the mental disorder since the start of the pandemic. Of the healthcare workers who treated the patients during China's COVID-19 outbreak, 50% of them showed the signs of depression, 45% of them showed the signs of anxiety. Before pandemic, it is 15% of them who has shown depression and 29% of them have shown anxiety, especially in the case of the pregnant mother. 40% of them have shown depression during the pandemic, and 72% of them have shown anxiety issues during the pandemic. You can clearly see it is at least 2 to 3-fold time increase in the percentage of population experiencing depression and anxiety, especially the target group here being pregnant women.
Oh, and it is also shown a blue picture that it has reached you and you've seen it to detail. Yes, sir. Sign the video.
You can see here, as on August 19, 2021, the outbreak of coronavirus pandemic had spread to 6 continents and 4.4 million people had died after contracting the respiratory virus. You can see here, this is cumulative confirmed COVID-19 cases per million population. And now the Delta variant. What are the things that you need to know about the Delta variant? The Delta variant of COVID-19 had been a variant of concern by World Health Organization because of its high transmissibility. Where the Delta variant is identified, it quickly and efficiently spreads between people. As on 10th of August, the Delta variant has been reported in 142 countries and is expected to continue spreading. The Delta variant is highly contagious, more than 2 times contagious as the previous variants. The Delta variant might cause more severe illness than the previous strains in unvaccinated persons. In 2 different studies from Canada and Scotland, patients infected with the Delta variant were more likely to be hospitalized than patients infected with Alpha or the original virus strains.
Sir. Okay, sir.
What do you need to know about the Delta variant? Fully vaccinated people with Delta variant breakthrough infections can spread the virus to others. However, vaccinated people appear to be infectious for a shorter period of time.
Yes, sir.
Over 16,000 COVID-19 samples were sent for whole genome sequencing in July or August center. The Union Health Ministry said that there have been some media reports alleging that genome sequencing and analysis of COVID-19 declined sharply in India even as the cases of diseases continue to rise. India records around 39,000 new COVID cases and 219 deaths in 24 hours. This is as on a total of 43,903 patients were recovered from COVID-19 in last 24 hours, bringing India's total recoveries to 3.2 million people, and rate stands at 97.44% currently. The country is 2.58%, and it has been less than 3% for the last 73 days. The daily positivity rate is 2.76% currently. Amidst the daily increase of nearly 30,000 cases of COVID-19, the deadly Nipah virus has hit Kerala. prompting the state to further heighten the alertness of its health machinery to prevent an outbreak of a different infection. The southern state witnessed a localized outbreak of 63 cases of Zika virus in July that were mostly confined to Thiruvananthapuram. However, need not be concerned by the spread of Nipah infection as preventive measures like the use of masks and PPE kits. About three-fourths of people infected in Massachusetts COVID-19 outbreak were fully vaccinated according to new data that's been published on Friday. Now let us watch this video on how impactful, how much of effect and toll it takes on the medical fraternity who especially handle the COVID-19.
We have to literally manage patients at home with oxygen, and this is not something we are enjoying. So I really want all of you to follow a few things that I really, अगर आपको लग रहा है कि आपको 1 साल से कोरोना नहीं हुआ है इसलिए आप कोई सुपर हीरो हो या आपकी इम्यूनिटी बहुत अच्छी है और आपको ऐसे कुछ नहीं होगा तो आप गलत फहमी में हो. हम यंग लोगों को देख रहे हैं. I mean, we have a 35-year-old who's on the ventilator and we are not able to help people now. So we do not want, we really don't want any of you to be in that situation. So, sorry. I think ये जो emotional breakdown है हम doctors में अब सबको कोई ना कोई समय हो रहा है because we've not been so helpless, okay? We have to literally manage patients at home with oxygen.
So private sector being involved and more testing being done is good because I have always suspected from day one that the numbers which are being declared and announced are just the tip of the iceberg, and I have said it 2 days back also on your show that the real numbers are many times more, and there is infection which is simmering in the community and it's there waiting to explode any day. I just read half an hour back that today about 30 people have tested positive in NIV Pune. Now this is something I read on the internet. I do not know whether it is correct or not, but if it's correct, it's a very serious matter. I have also read about somebody in AIIMS Bhopal who is a positive case having come in contact with a large number of doctors about which the Resident Doctors Association have complained. Now, Vishnu, these are clear-cut indicators of what is happening at the community level. If anyone today says that this is still in stage 2, we have not yet hit stage 3, I think he is just closing his eyes to the reality which is glaring at us. The reality is that there is, I think we've already moved from 2 to stage 3, and it's just a matter of few days before this bomb explodes in front of our eyes.
Doctor, when you say when this bomb explodes in front of our eyes, what is it that we will see? Will we see a sharp spike in cases, or will we see a sharp spike in death rates?
Vishnu, if you track the numbers that are increasing for the last 10 days, first we had few cases, no death. Then we had 5 to 6 per day increase in the number of cases. And then we had little more increase in the number of cases. And if you look at the number of cases added in the last 24 hours, it's the largest number added in the last 2 weeks. Yesterday, the number was around 156 or 160. I'm talking of the reported cases. And today we are touching 250. So roughly 70, 80 declared cases added in the last 24 hours, which is the largest increase. So not only are the numbers increasing, but the increase in the numbers is also increasing. And this just is reflective of a large volume of cases which are there out there in the society. And I guess by Wednesday or Thursday or latest by the next weekend, this bomb will explode in front of us. And when it happens, when you have a large number of people falling sick, as has been said. Now look at that graphic.
Yep.
The largest increase in the number of cases has been today. This could be more tomorrow. This could be still more day after tomorrow. And I don't think we need artificial intelligence to figure out where this graph will ultimately lead to. So we are just a few days away from a very, very serious, maybe Spain or Italy or China-like situation. And when we have a large number of cases infected, of course, majority of them will be mild, but given our population density, given that a large number of people in our country suffer from undernutrition, various lung ailments, diabetes is so common in our country, heart disease is so common, and the kind of health resources, health infrastructure we have at the periphery, I don't think, again, we need artificial intelligence to be able to figure out that these large number of cases will also convert into a large number of deaths, which is now not too far away for us to be seeing. The writing is there on the wall. If we still want to close our eyes, the choice is ours.
Hun- 100,000 more COVID deaths are seen unless US changes its ways. Behavior is really going to determine if, when and how sustainably the current waves subsidizes, says Lauren Ansel Mears, director of University of Texas COVID-19 Model. The current 7-day moving average of daily new COVID-19 cases in US was over 150,000 people, up 4.9% from the previous week. COVID-19 is a threat to peace building in conflict-affected nations. COVID-19 crisis has worsened the already fragile situations. The new strain of COVID-19 detected in 6 new countries. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic isn't over yet, and new highly mutated COVID C1.2 strain is being discovered in South Africa. It is a testimony to say how dangerously the virus can adapt to bypass the vaccines when the world decides to reopen prematurely. The C1.2 variant has been termed the world's most mutated variant since the beginning of the pandemic. The new COVID variant C.1.2 causes flutter. The World Health Organization says that it is watching. The World Health Organization has said that to date, there are 100 sequences of C.1.2 reported globally, from earliest reports from May 2021 from South Africa, and currently it does not appear to be increasing in circulation. The new variant was first found in South Africa in May. Researchers from South Africa has described the C.1.2 variant, which has 40 to 59 mutations, more than the original Wuhan virus. In its spike protein, there are 14 mutants, which include the usual suspects. A group of Japanese researchers said that a new mutation of COVID-19 Delta variant had been discovered for the first time in the country. Local media reported on Tuesday that the mutation was found when a patient infected with Delta variant visited the institute earlier this month. Genetic analysis revealed that this mutation, as per this mutation, only 8 cases of mutation has been reported outside Japan. C.1.2 variant of COVID is found in 7 countries, can be more than what we consider as infectious. Know if vaccines will work against this new mutation. Amidst the concerns over the possible third wave of COVID-19, researchers in Singapore have detected a new variant of deadly virus C.1.2, which is said to be more infectious than the Delta variant, which triggered the devastating second COVID wave. The variant was first found in South Africa, but now has spread to many countries. This new variant is more infectious as it seems to be more transmissible. And this new variant was first detected in South Africa in May. Until now, it has found in 7 countries, including China, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Mauritius, England, New Zealand, Portugal, and Switzerland. Dr. Samiran Panda, the head of epidemiology and communicable diseases at Indian Council of Medical Research, says that the states which did not face an intense second COVID wave are now with the increasing trend of COVID cases. This early signs of a third wave. Several states began imposing COVID-19 restrictions and increased the vaccinations, learning from Delhi and Maharashtra. Due to this, the second wave in several states were not as intense, leaving scope for a third wave. Therefore, increasing number of COVID-19 infections in some states presently is indicated as the third wave. You can see here number of media articles talking about how the criminal in India as the death toll increases.
But today we saw startling new evidence of the ravages of the pandemic in India. Now, it was already a dire situation, the government reporting more than 415,000 people have died. But most infectious disease experts agree the real toll is almost certainly much higher. Today, the Washington-based Center for Global Development released the most comprehensive study on the impact of the coronavirus in India. And as feared, it says India's death toll could be a staggering 10 times higher than the official tally. Now, that would mean 4.7 million additional deaths from the start of the pandemic until June of this year. And just a few months ago, India saw a devastating rise in infections driven largely by the more infectious Delta variant. Well, joining us now is one of the authors of that report. Abhishek Anand is a graduate of Harvard's Kennedy School, and he has worked as a policy analyst for the Indian government. He joins me tonight from Delhi. It's good to have you on the program. We knew that India's COVID-related deaths were higher than the official figures, but were you surprised? Were you shocked at what came out of your research? I mean, we're talking about nearly 5 million extra deaths.
Yeah, we were surprised, to be frank, because
inadequacy of modern healthcare, and need for holistic solution. Holistic solution need. During the Ebola outbreak in West Africa in 2014, more people died from the interruption of social services and economic background than from the virus itself. This should not have happened, and the world cannot let it happen. As the world enters the deepest global recession since the Great Depression, we need to connect health needs to social, economic, and environmental. Need to ensure that the essential health services are still available and need to protect the health systems. Need to promote social cohesion and community-led resilience and response systems, a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship between humans and their surrounding ecosystems is inter alia, the answer to more resilient economies and societies. UN efforts for health first, protecting health services and systems during the crisis. Health systems are being overwhelmed by COVID-19 outbreak. When health systems collapse, deaths from outbreak itself can quickly be exceeded by deaths from preventable or treatable conditions no longer managed by the failing health system. It is therefore crucial to maintain the essential life-saving health services even while addressing the pandemic. At least half of the world still do not have full coverage to essential health services, and about 100 million people are still being pushed to extreme poverty because of health issues. There are two-phase strategy. First is targeted actions to allow the countries to maintain essential life-saving health services even as they surge to meet the spike in demand for acute care. Second is contemporary effort targeting health systems recovery, preparedness, and strengthening with a focus on primary health care and universal health coverage and preparedness for future waves of COVID-19.
Of a temple where scenario for most nations. But this is horror on another scale entirely. The car park of a temple, where families who've been turned away from emergency rooms take their dying.
आप 5 देखो मत 85 है सर आप थोड़ी देर उनको रोको तो सही देखो तो सही कि स्टेबल हो रहा नहीं हो रहा ऑक्सीजन दवा नहीं होती इतना घबराओ मत पैनिक मत करो.
These are some of the most distressing scenes we've witnessed during the course of our reporting. And this isn't even a hospital. It's a Sikh temple where they're just helping out with oxygen and basic care. It's 45 degrees and it's so hot that the volunteers cannot even wear their PPEs. And people just keep coming and coming and coming. And there's just no room at any of the local hospitals for the people who are here.
In ordinary times, they distribute free meals here. But there's nothing ordinary about what is happening to these families. 12 people die outside this temple every day. They brought him here. The doctor isn't hopeful. He advises Vipin to keep looking for a but their ambulance driver is out of ideas. Help is arriving here slowly, in tiny amounts. India's deadly second wave has forced the nation's supply chain of oxygen far beyond its limit. And every avoidable death heaps more pressure on Narendra Modi's government. More accusations that he failed to prepare his country for this. Surjit Singh Sandhu volunteers here at great risk. Many of those helping out are testing positive for COVID themselves. He puts his faith in his temple.
देखो साड़ी सरकार ये बैठी है बाबा नानक ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ 500 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ.
Hope comes from the patients they do manage to save.
ठीक है अच्छी है माता जी चिंता मत करो कितने पैसे थे 30 में 77 है अरे माता जी कोई बात नहीं चलो खाते रहो.
So scarce are supplies, people are flooding social media and phoning hospitals across New Delhi searching for canisters. Srinivas, president of the Indian Youth Congress, has set up a war room in his office. His team coordinates requests for oxygen, hospital beds and drugs. 100 volunteers man the phones. The few hours a night they do manage to sleep are spent in the office. Across the capital, Mohammed Shamim is also run off his feet. He's an undertaker at a Muslim cemetery, like his father and grandfather before him. He thought he had seen it all. Then the second wave hit.
ऐसा है माहौल तो ऐसा है जनाब कि हमारे जो कब्रिस्तान की जो ब्लॉक है कोविड ब्लॉक है वो तकरीबन सारा भर चुका है लेकिन ये है कि बस जो थोड़ी बहुत जगहें बची हुई हैं तो उन्हीं जगहों में हम जो उन जगहों को इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं हॉल पे आप देख सकते हो कब्र से कब्र मिला के खोदी जा रही है अब तो कि जगह को ज़रा सा भी हम वेस्ट नहीं जाने दे रहे.
Up to 20 bodies arrive each day, he says. Far more young people than last time. By the end of the week, there will be no space left here.
Hello.
Calls come in from 6 a.m. until midnight.
कोविड से हुआ उनका भी ठीक है ले आइए हाँ लेके आ जाइए हाँ वहीं ले आइए मैं जो भी कुछ हो करा दूँगा टेंशन नहीं. मेरे टीम वर्कर हैं मेरे और भी स्टाफ के लोग हैं उन लोगों को भी ज़िंदगी में ऐसा कभी हमने देखने को नहीं मिला जो इस बार हमें देखने को मिल रहा है. ना तो रोज़े रख पा रहे हैं ना ही किसी तरीके से कुछ कर पा रहे हैं.
बस वहीं से कपड़ा छोड़ो थोड़ा सा झुक जाओ.
Crematoriums are running out of space too. Makeshift funeral pyres burn around the clock. The death toll in parts of India, both metropolitan and rural, is staggering. And worse still, the number of lives lost here so far is almost certainly vastly underreported. hospitals have been the worst case COVID scenario for most nations. But this is horror on another scale entirely. The car park of a temple, where families who've been turned away from emergency rooms take their dying.
85 है सर, आप थोड़ी देर उनको रोको तो सही, देखो तो सही कि ऑक्सीजन दवा नहीं होती, इतना घबराओ मत, पैनिक मत करो.
These are some of the most distressing scenes we've witnessed during the course of our reporting. And this isn't even a hospital. It's a Sikh temple and basic care. It's 45 degrees and it's so hot that the volunteers cannot even wear their PPEs. And people just keep coming and coming and coming. And there's just no room at any of the local hospitals for the people who are here. In ordinary times, they distribute free meals here. But there's nothing ordinary about what is happening to these families. At least 12 people die outside this temple every day. Today, Preeti Gautam is praying her father is not one of them. She and her brother Vipin panicked when he could no longer breathe on his own at home. They tried taking him to different hospitals, but there were no beds. So they brought him here. The doctor isn't hopeful. He advises Vipin to keep looking for a hospital. But their ambulance driver is out of ideas. Help is arriving here slowly, in tiny amounts. India's deadly second wave has forced the nation's supply chain of oxygen far beyond its limit. And every avoidable death heaps more pressure on Narendra Modi's government. More accusations that he failed to prepare his country for this. Surjit Singh Sandhu volunteers here at great risk. Many of those helping out are testing positive for COVID themselves. He puts his faith in his temple.
ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ 500 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ
Hope comes from the patients they do manage to save.
ठीक है अच्छी है माता जी चिंता मत करो कितने पैसे थे 30 में 77 है अरे इतनी ऑक्सीजन खाई माता जी कोई बात नहीं चलो खाते रहो.
So scarce are supplies, people are flooding social media and phoning hospitals across New Delhi searching for canisters. Srinivas, president of the Indian Youth Congress, has set up a war room in his office. His team coordinates requests for oxygen, hospital beds and drugs. 100 volunteers man the phones. The few hours a night they do manage to sleep are spent in the office.
हाँ ये वही पहन लो पीपी किट देना संभाल के और थोड़ा दूर से हाथ लगाना सेफ रहना.
Across the capital, Mohammed Shamim is also run off his feet. He's an undertaker at a Muslim cemetery, like his father and grandfather before him. He thought he had seen it all. Then the second wave hit.
ऐसा है माहौल तो ऐसा है जनाब कि हमारे जो कब्रिस्तान की जो ब्लॉक है कोविड ब्लॉक है वो तकरीबन सारा भर चुका है. लेकिन ये है कि बस जो थोड़ी बहुत जगहें बची हुई हैं तो उन्हीं जगहों में हम जो उन जगहों को इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. और क्या आप देख सकते हो कब्र से कब्र मिला के खोदी जा रही है अब तो कि जगह को ज़रा सा भी हम वेस्ट नहीं जाने दे रहे.
Up to 20 bodies arrive each day, he says. Far more young people than last time. By the end of the week, there will be no space left here.
हेलो
Calls come in from 6 a.m. until midnight.
कोविड से हुआ उनका भी ठीक है ले आइए. हाँ लेके आ जाइए. हाँ वहीं ले आइए मैं जो भी कुछ हो करा दूँगा टेंशन नहीं. मेरे टीम वर्कर हैं मेरे और भी स्टाफ के लोग हैं उन लोगों को भी ज़िंदगी में देखने को नहीं मिला जो इस बार हमें देखने को मिल रहा है. ना तो रोज़े रख पा रहे हैं ना ही किसी तरीके से कुछ कर पा रहे हैं. थोड़ा सा झुक जाओ.
Crematoriums are running out of space too. Makeshift funeral pyres burn around the clock. The death toll in parts of India, both metropolitan and rural, is staggering. And worse still, the number of lives lost here so far is almost certainly vastly underreported.
Make it a goal is minute 1 hour.
Yes, you have this wonderful opportunity to be part of the COVID Care Protection Center. You can register through the link below kailasara.org/kailasacare, KAILASA.org/KAILASACARE. So let's take a few minutes for us to register ourselves in the registration link that's shown below, kailasara.org/kailasacare. Next, we're going to watch a video on how the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya Bidigi temple happened and how Swamiji made it happen by his sheer hard work. Yes, now we're going to see a very interesting segment where naturotherapist Kumaran, Dr. Kumaran from Tamil Nadu has participant has been giving the mud bath to all the fellow COVID care participants in the Nithyananda Paramashivam feature. So we're going to see this all the different trees used by Siddhas naturally growing there, even the mud from the snake holes at special purposes. Everything perfectly made for the Siddha tradition. Nature and its byproducts. Nature has given us so many things to heal ourselves. The soil contains minerals and other nutrients in abundance, which makes it a holistic healer. According to Ayurveda, all the things in the visible universe, including the human body, are made up of 5 elements, which is called Panchabhuta. While there are many different types of therapy in Ayurveda, one class of therapy is naturopathic therapy involving the 5 elements. Mud therapy is one of these 5 element therapies corresponding to the element earth. In the ancient Ayurvedic text, the Harita Samhita, 5 different types of mud, clay are described. Each of with their different therapeutic qualities are distinguishable by their color. Black, red, white, yellow, and blue. The very popular Multani Mitti or the clay of Multan used in cosmetics is one type of white clay. The various clays that are used in Ayurvedic mud therapy are usually sourced from the pristine locations like clean rivers and lakes. Traditionally, the mud therapy is generally applied locally as a moist mask, pack, or poultice, combined with special Ayurvedic herbs, though it could be used in the full body mud bath or as a body scrub. The mud poultice remains active as long as it remains moist, and after 20 to 30 minutes, it dries and it washes off. The mud found in different parts of the world has different properties. Mud composition varies with the place of origin. Firstly, a mineral constituent of mud varies with the kind of rocks found in the region and the process of soil formation. Secondly, the mud property is influenced by the kind of flora and fauna of the region. Therefore, it is essential to learn about the properties of mud before utilizing its benefits. It is important to note that before any type of mud, it should be dried, powdered, and sieved to remove any types of impurities such as grass, stones, etc. Now let us look into the black mud, which is dark cotton soil having some greasiness, and it is suitable for mud therapy as it is rich in minerals and also retains water for a very long time. It should be always be free from the contaminants. It contains more than 20 kinds of salts and minerals, including magnesium, calcium, potassium, potassium bromide, silicates, natural tar, and organic elements. While these beneficial minerals are useful for healing any kind of skin disorders, the presence of silicates makes its masks very beneficial for softening and cleansing skin. The mud enhances the blood circulation and leaves the skin with a glow. Next one is Moor mud. It is a mud produced over thousands of years from organic residues of flowers, grasses, and herbs. This residue transformed over several years to fine paste, which contains fulvic acids. The vitamins, amino acids, plant hormones, humic acids in the form which could be easily absorbed by the human body. The mud has anti-inflammatory and anti-aging effects. It is also useful in conditions such as arthritis and recovery from injury in sports. And hill soil called putru mud, which is used in mud therapy in naturopathy treatment. It helps to remove the toxins from the body, which when applied on the skin It also helps to relieve the pain on the body when applied externally. It increases the blood circulation in the body. It helps to purify the blood. It cleanses the skin by opening pores and removes the dirts and infections. It controls the oil secretion and prevents pimple formation. There are many minerals present in the clay. To get the benefits of sunlight, these minerals will be helpful. Thus, when applied on the skin, it nourishes and gives a skin tone. Nervous issues like stress, anxiety disorder, sleep problems, post-traumatic disorders can be treated with mud therapy, and it helps in clearing blocked neural pathways to the brain. It helps in eliminating the excess heat from the body. It is also very helpful in decreasing the intestinal heat and stimulates peristalsis. It helps to heal stomach issues including indigestion, constipation, absorption, etc. It is applied over the forehead and helps to heal the congestive headache. It relieves pain immediately. An eye mud pack helps to relax the eyes, especially it's very good for those who sit in front of the computer for long hours. Mud baths are extremely useful in many skin-related diseases including psoriasis, leukoderma, leprosy, and other skin allergic conditions. Mud has an anti-inflammatory and anti-aging effects. It is also used in conditions such as arthritis and recovery from injury in sports. Mud has the therapeutic properties and is extremely useful in detoxification, healing, beautification, nourishing human body, etc. It rejuvenates and revitalizes the whole body. It also has the property of anti-lice, anti-dandruff effect. It helps in any scalp related issues. It gives a very good texture to hair. Now, what you're seeing is the glimpses of mud baths that happened for all the COVID care protection participants. So that's a couple of doctors, naturopathy doctors, who are applying the mud to all the participants. And they are sun dry. These are the pictures after the mud bath. Now let's actually watch a testimonial from Srimati Nithyananda Ayya, who's going to share his experiences. And right after that, we have the Dr. Kumaran Ayya, who's the naturopathist and who has actually introduced this mud therapy to all our COVID care protection participants. He is going to join our show shortly. So before that, we will first watch the testimonial from Srimati Nithyananda Ayya.
Nithyanandam, I'm Srinidhi Avimuktananda. I'm from Mumbai, and thanks so much for all this great opportunity we had today. Man Kudir. I mean, I know that many times, you know, in foreign we have seen in the pictures people sit in the beach and take this bath. But whatever happens in Adi Kailasha is not just a bath. It's not just a sand bath. It is just an Aushadha bath. Okay, it's, you know, Swamiji told many times that the sand here, Puttruman, is not just a sand. It's just beyond any medicines. So we had an opportunity today to have a bath on it, and of course we have a lot of pramanas for this. So many siddhas, and you know, in Shastras there is a reference for it. And personally, I just here to share my experience that it was so good. And of course, you know, I had an initial inhibitions, and after just seeing few people who dressed like Siva Ganas and enjoying that, so I just joined the bandwagon. It's so fantastic, and I expect, and I pray that all our devotees all over the world have to have this opportunity and just, you know, be with Paramashiva. So this really take us to the space and, you know, for the state and space of Paramashiva. That's what the key of this whole process. So whatever happens in the Adi Kailash, as I said, it's not just a bath, it's a spiritual bath. Thank you so much. Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam. So the blessings of Swamiji. Today in Swamiji's ashram we did a mud bath. We take mud bath, but it is very refreshing to the body. And actually I can feel very light and the freshness is there. So I feel this everybody may, the female bodies also should take this. And regularly, like every 6 months they can take. And during the time after the mud bath, after the mud, we apply the mud, and after that we sit in 45 minutes in the open sun. At that time I experienced my body is like levitation. I had the feeling like this, and also after maybe half an hour, what I felt was like some absorbing into the mud. All the mud is absorbing into my body. Like my body became very stiff. So we enjoyed very much, and thanks for the Sangha and Swamiji. It's a great blessing. And Santa Lakshmi Amma and Ayya, everybody who coordinated for this. It's a very big blessing. Thank you once again. Nithyananda. Nithyanandam. So the blessings of Swamiji. Today in Swamiji's ashram we did a mud bath. We take mud bath, but it is very refreshing to the body. And actually I can feel very light and the freshness is there. So I feel this everybody may, the female bodies also should take this. And regularly, like every 6 months they can take. And during the time after the mud bath, after the mud, we apply the mud, and after that we sit in 45 minutes in the open sun. At that time I experienced my body is like levitation. I had the feeling like this, and also after maybe half an hour, what I felt was like some absorbing into the mud. All the mud is absorbing into my body. Like my body became very stiff. So we enjoyed very much, and thanks for the Sangha and Swamiji. It's a great blessing. And Santa Lakshmi Amma and Ayya, everybody who coordinated for this. It's a very big blessing. Thank you once again. Nithyananda.
Yes, we have now Prabhakaranaya and Kumaranaya from Nithyananda, Adi Kailash Nithyananda Sarangapeeta from COVID Care Protection Center who are joining us in our show today. Yes, Nithyananda Maya.
Nithyananda.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ayya, for joining the show today. So, first of all, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers? Kumaranaya, first, உங்ககிட்ட ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம். நீங்க முதல்ல நம்மளுடைய நேயர்கள் கிட்ட இன்ட்ரோ듀ce பண்ணிக்கங்க. நீங்க எங்க இருந்து வரீங்க, நீங்க யாரு, என்ன எவ்வளவு வருஷமா சுவாமிஜியோட கனெக்டடா இருக்கீங்க, என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்க?
என் பேரு குமரன். நம்ம ராயவேலூர், ஆற்காடு பக்கத்தில் இருக்கிற வேலூர் மாவட்டம். சுவாமியோட 2016 இருந்து இணைஞ்சிருக்கிறோம். இயற்கை மருத்துவர். சுவாமியோட தீட்சை வாங்கினதிலிருந்து தொடர்ந்து இந்த மாதிரியான இயற்கை சார்ந்த விஷயங்களையும் இறைவனோட சத்தியங்களையும் மக்கள்கிட்டையும் உறவினர்களையும் கொண்டு போய் சேர்க்கணும். தொடர்ந்து சுவாமியோட பிளெஸிங்ஸை எல்லாருக்கிட்டையும் பகிர்ந்து நிற்கிறோம். அந்த வகையில இப்ப நாங்க இணைஞ்சிருக்கிற இந்த சிசிசி அப்படின்னு சொல்லப்படுகிற கோவிட் கேர் சென்டர் மூலமா இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் அற்புதமான ஒரு வாய்ப்பை சுவாமிஜி எங்களுக்கு ஏற்படுத்தி கொடுத்திருக்கிறாரு. இந்த ஆதி கைலாஷ் அப்படின்றது எப்படி சொல்றது, ஒரு ஆனந்தமான களம்னு சொல்லலாம். இங்க வந்ததுல இருந்து தொடர்ந்து நாங்க ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் இயற்கையோடு இணைந்த மூலிகை குளியல், இப்ப நாம மண் குளியல், இதை தொடர்ந்து நாம பண்ண போறோம் வாழை குளியல், இதுக்கப்புறமா நீராவி குளியல். இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய அற்புதமான விஷயங்கள் இந்து தர்மம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லப்படுகிற மருத்துவ ரீதியான முக்கியமான பழமை முறைகள்ல சுவாமி நாம அதோட மகிமைகளையும் அனுபவங்கள் நம்ம உறவுகள் நம்மோடு இருக்கிற மனக்குளியல் அப்படின்றது பராசக்தியோட எசன்ஸ், எர்த் எனர்ஜி. அதுவும் ஆதி கைலாஷ்ல அன்னை மீனாட்சியோட அவதாரமா நம்ம சுவாமி முழுமையா நமக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் அனுகிரகம் தந்துட்டு இருக்கிறதுனால அவரோட அனுகிரகம் மூலமா நாம எடுத்து இந்த புற்று மண்ணை அடி வயிற்றுலையோ இல்ல முகத்திலையோ இல்ல உடல் முழுக்க அப்ளை பண்றது மூலமா உடல் சார்ந்த அசௌகரியங்கள் உடனடியா தீர்வுக்கு வருது. மனசுக்குள்ள அதிகப்படியான ஒரு மலர்ச்சி, குழந்தைத்தனமான ஒரு குதூகலம், இது எல்லாத்துக்கும் மேல சயின்டிபிக் ரீதியா நிறைய மாற்றங்கள் மலர்ச்சிகள் எல்லாருக்கும் ஏற்பட்டிருக்கிறது. தோல் வியாதிகள், இரத்த ஓட்டத்தில் இருக்கிற பல்வேறு தடைகள், மிக முக்கியமா கழிவுகள்னு சொல்லப்படுகிற டாக்ஸின்ஸ் அப்படின்ற மொத்த கழிவுகளையும் வியர்வை துளை மூலமா வெளியேற்றுவதற்கான ஒரு அற்புதமான வாய்ப்பு இந்த மட் தெரபி. சுவாமி இன்னைக்கு காலையில கூட பதிய வச்சிருக்காங்க. ஆதி கைலாஷ் புத்துமனை எடுத்து புற்றுநோய் இருக்கிற இடத்துல பதிய வச்சிங்கன்னா இமீடியட்டா புற்றுநோய் கரைஞ்சி இருக்கிற இடம் தெரியாம பூரண குணம் ஆயிடுவீங்கன்னு. ரொம்ப நாளுக்கு முன்னாடியும் அடி வயிற்றுல அந்த மண்பட்டிய போட்டீங்கன்னா உங்களோட வயிறு சார்ந்த கேஸ் ப்ராப்ளம், ஸ்டோன் ப்ராப்ளம், இரெகுலர் பீரியட்ஸ், மெயினா இன்னைக்கு இளைஞர்கள் சந்திச்சுட்டு இருக்கிற இன்ஃபெர்டிலிட்டி எல்லாத்துக்குமான ஒரு சிறப்பான தீர்வு இந்த அன்னை மீனாட்சியோட நிலைப்பாடான ஆதி கைலாஷ் புற்றுமன். ஸோ அதுக்கான ஒரு வாய்ப்பு சுவாமிஜி மூலமா எங்க எல்லாருக்கும் கிடைச்சிருக்க. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா நிறைவான உணர்வோடு வாழ்ந்துட்டு இருக்கோம்னா பகவானோட பிளெஸிங்ஸ். ஸோ அதை குறித்த அனுபவங்களை நம்மோடு இணைஞ்சிருக்கிற நம்ம பிரபாகரன் ஐயா உங்களோட பதிய வைப்பார். நித்யானந்தம்.
Thank you so much, Aya. That was a very impactful testimonial from you. So I would like to just share what you had shared briefly in English for the in interest of other viewers. So Kumaranaya is basically he's coming from Tamil Nadu, and he's actually a naturopathist, and he's also coming from a teaching background. And he's following Swamiji since 2016. And he is here in the COVID Care Protection Center, and he's experiencing so much of oneness with the nature. By working with the nature, connecting with the plants, and connecting with the nature, he's able to experience oneness with Paramashivoham.